After weeks of proving that we're the #1 team in the nation, finally, we're back on top. Now, your top 25 has some big changes that you're going to be seeing. We're still sitting in #1 spot. You're seeing San Diego State go from #7 to #2, and that's because, well, Clemson, who was #1, lost to Boston College of all teams. So things get really spicy as Michigan is now #3, and they're going to be playing a very tough Ohio State team who they've struggled against in the past, and we'll see what happens there. But you have Texas and LSU all in your top 5. And it's BYU, Florida State, Clemson again at #10. Notre Dame goes up there. Miami falls from 4 to 12. North Carolina falls from 3 to 14, losing to Pitt in overtime. Insane. Auburn falls out of the top 10. You're going to see Texas Tech go to 22. And Air Force now again sitting at #25 after having a really good season last year. They're not doing as high. Most importantly, though, our guy Jason Barr is still sitting at the top of the Heisman list, which is what we really care about outside of our record. But we're also seeing Marshall Lowe from Purdue, who we had a really good battle against earlier this year. Marshall Lowe just had 251 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 51 yards in the air to give him 300+ yards of total offense, and he's now catapulted himself from like #4 to #2 in the Heisman list. So we got to watch out. And with Trey Martin popping up, as well as Anthony McNamara, this is basically telling us that Jason Barr, while he is the #1, some guys are catching up, and in this last week of the regular season here, he's got to pop off. Now, a quick little recruiting update. Things are now looking good for our boy Craig Norris. We've fallen even further behind thanks to South Alabama having their their visiting week. I'm hoping he holds out a couple of weeks, but it's not looking good for him. Now, we did get Brian Pincotti, who's going to be an athlete. You know, we can't resist having athletes. We are kind of athlete you over here. He's got good speed. His throw power is high, but his accuracy is trash, and he'll never play quarterback for us. But this dude, we don't really know where he's going to play, but we'll figure it out. We also got Joe Gums, a 65 overall defensive end. Again, a solid base for this guy. Probably more of a, substitution, maybe play later in his career. The big news is that Penn State swoops in the last minute, and they get their hometown guy, Charles Okoye Jr., our home state guy. They get him, and our 2-minute linebackers that we had, they left us. Okoye Jr. helps Penn State now secure the #1 draft class or recruiting class in the nation. We're not too far behind at #4 with 9 4-stars and 5 3-stars, but if we could have gotten Mauger or Okoye, we probably would have been sitting top 3 at worst. So your final look at the conference, even with a loss today, we would still be the conference champions, which is what really matters right now. But still, we don't want to blemish on our record and chance of losing out of the top 5. We got to win. A big game at Wisconsin against a team that has underachieved, but Tom Baker's back. We've missed him. Now, let's see what Tom Baker can ultimately do after he's had a strained back for God knows how many weeks. I guess when you're carrying the team, oh no. No, you're not. Run your route. Not how we want to start. Okay, listen. Some guys are in positions they aren't used to being in right now. Okay, they've been running different route trees for a little bit, but you got to do better, okay? We had our guy. He just stopped running, and then that pass happened. Everything will be fine. We'll figure it out. We'll be dominant. Our defense will pick us up, and we'll be just fine. Cole dropping back, watching the middle. Their QB's got all the time in the world. We got lots of dudes there. He's throwing one deep. Hemphill, what are you doing? Hemphill ran into the stands. You can't cover a dude in the stands. Mike, hello? Okay, let's recap what happened. First pass of the game, first play of the game, we throw an interception because our guys are having a little bit of miscommunication, out there. And then Mike Hemphill, our best corner and one of the top corners in the nation, gives up a touchdown. Is that how we want to start the game? No, frankly, no, but we'll be fine. Riley drops back, sees his target. He's been missing. It's Tom Baker, and apparently he forgot how to catch. Riley sends Roth in motion. He's going to come to the backfield. He's been really important in this offense these past few weeks. And we're going to let him get out here and run a little bit. Roth, again, solid speed. Acceleration could use some work. Speed is great, but that acceleration is doo-doo. Offense is looking a little putrid at the moment. We're going to try to make things a little bit better. Our guy's a little nervous here in the road. We haven't had a big road game like this with big implications in a while. Tom Baker right back to him, but he holds on to that one for 11. This offense has spread the ball around a lot. We've had injuries or guys just not figuring things out or taking vacations out there in the field, but I feel like we're starting to figure things out from receiver side. We got a lot of dudes getting involved, and look at Jason Barr nearly get up and run. Well, second down action underneath the center. Roth in motion again. Whoa, we had dudes in the backfield immediately, but we got Gold open, and he gets the toe tap for a 25-yarder. Riley battling back after his first 2 passes just weren't exactly what he wanted. The first one, obviously a pick. The second one, obviously dropped. Riley, a little bit of time. He had a guy, and he got rid of that one, thank God, because it could have been bad. Riley and company still trying to figure things out. Little QB keeper here. Riley got some moves. Riley skirts up, and he's inside the 5. Love to see that. Barr took off the last play, but we got him right back in here, keeping him fresh. That way his touchdowns don't get vultured as long as he can get it in the end zone. Or finds some room. He's in the end zone. Doesn't get touched until he's already in there. And it's a 5-yard touchdown for number, I believe, 27 on the season. All right, the offense settled down. Defense, what can you do? Because watching Hemphill give up a play where he's running into the stands isn't exactly what I would consider good, if we're being honest. Doing our best to get a little bit of pressure here in this quarterback. We want to see what he ultimately does under pressure. He's going for a lot of QB runs, and those aren't going to work against this defense. I mean, if there's one thing that we've always had, it's a mobile quarterback at this school. Even the very first year, we had a mobile quarterback that was getting the job done. So this defense has always seen a guy that can move. And who knows, maybe one day we'll have a dude that ends up being a pocket quarterback, but for right now, we got some scrambling dudes, and honestly, I'm good with that. Well, comeback route here. John Hall gets the tackle, but it's 11 yards on him. The important thing for us, though, is not to sleep in Wisconsin. They're a really tough team who's had a really difficult schedule, and they have battled back and found ways to make things happen, and they're, again, moving the ball against us, a top defense in the nation. We are trying our best to keep them locked up, but, again, this little option game they've got going is tricky. Josh Cole had a great tackle there. PJ Bean's going to come in and help us out a little bit here, patrolling the middle. He's going to watch the running back out of the backfield. Low goes in for something. They can't quite get to him. This dude's going to break a tackle. Patterson gets him, but he gets 7 yards. Lonnie Young, what a run. Going to try our best to bring a little bit of pressure here. They throw another quick pass. That one goes to a running back who's going to keep things moving. Bass is going to eventually bring him down, but it's 21 more yards. 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter, and Wisconsin is just driving. They got a quarterback who's slinging this thing. Josh Cole can't get to that, which would be Dwayne Cole couldn't get to that one. Walton pushes this dude out of bounds, but Watson nearly got in. I'm going to be honest, that dude looked like me navigating a new city, not knowing where to turn, where to run, because he could have easily got in the end zone, but he didn't. And then our nose tackle just tackled the center. What the heck is happening? You don't say. This has been a 9-play drive, and we haven't had an answer for them one step of the way. Why is our defensive nose tackle just out here doing that? They tried a QB sneak, not today. Bro, can we just get a stop? Don't run the QB sneak again, because they might actually get it. They go with the fullback run. Ray Walton stands him up and says, not today. We must protect this house. I think it's incredible that they're rocking Under Armour jerseys, and we must protect this house. Okay, the big fella got in. Oh, I'm in shambles. We're literally down to Wisconsin, okay? Now I'm going to take a little quote from T-Pain and mix it a little bit. We ain't losing to Wisconsin. Oh, my God. Block. Run. For your life. I mean, I don't care who has a mansion in Wisconsin. We ain't losing to them, okay? There's no shot we're losing to Wisconsin out here. Riley back in the center, minute 5 left. Take your time, hit your guys, get the ball in your hands. A bit in shambles. Things are looking honestly kind of ugly. Don't really love what I'm seeing at the moment. We got Roth in motion. Hey, Robert Roth, you want to block or no? Literally in the last episode, I'm talking about how our receivers are so good at blocking. All they do is block and make big plays. The heck are y'all doing right now? Because I'm not happy with it. 3rd and 15, dear God. Riley sees a guy. He's floating it. This probably isn't pretty. We're punting. Things are difficult, to say the least. But we're trying. Oh, my God. Doug Hall. Doug Hall. Great first name. What a play. Anyways, like I was saying, there's no shot we're losing to Wisconsin out here, okay? Oh, wait. Can y'all just... Okay, thank you. Yeah, things are a lot more hotly contested than I thought they might have been here against Wisconsin. Look, I know we're playing at home in their stadium, but, like, these dudes are really built different, okay? Wisconsin boys eat a whole lot of milk and bread and corn pudding and other stuff. I mean, they got some beefy linemen. They got running backs that will not go down. They got a quarterback who I don't even know if he's thrown more than one pass today that's been completed. Okay, he's thrown 7 completions, but you know what I'm trying to say. Shout out Doug Hall, though. He's been absolutely great at safety this year. Probably would have been more of a natural corner, but he's been, you know, a great dude who's been willing to switch whatever position he needs to just to get in the field. And we've honestly been blessed to have some incredible dudes playing corner for us. So, like, why not? You know, switch a little position out there, make some plays. Let Stephen Lowe kill you. Stephen Lowe might be the most lowly rated linebacker we've ever started. And all that dude does is make plays. Mike Hemphill. What is happening to you? One of the craziest things right now to me is the fact that Hemphill, who has been by far the best defensive back in the nation, is not in first place for the Thorpe Award because he has literally fallen off these last few weeks. He is getting exploited in coverage after coverage after coverage. And because of that, Matthew Fowler, who has come on incredibly strong, is now the leading guy for the Thorpe Award. I never thought I would see that, but I mean, again, Hemphill's struggling, so one of our guys is bound to take his spot. And look, speak of the devil, there's Fowler getting a tackle. Wisconsin yet again knocking on the doorstep. We're playing for the past year. They only got one guy in the backfield. That's the QB. Watching the short stuff. You got a guy moving. They throw one in. Mike Hempill, you got to pick that off because that is pay dirt. I love the deflection, but I want the pick and the touchdown. But I don't know. Maybe Hempill has just absolutely killed at the start of the season, and he's starting to lose a little bit of gas. I don't really know what's happening, but he's not the Mike Hempill of old, and we've seen that in Ray Walton getting torched in coverage by Mario Walker means that we're down 6, soon to be 7. This feels like one of those games where Jason Barr has to pop off. If we're going to win the game, Jason Barr has got to do everything in his power to lead this team to the promised land. That starts with big gains like that. A lot of plays for Jason Barr coming, you can believe that. Well, right back here to the run. This time he tries to bounce to the outside, but there's no room to go as the linebacker hits him early. 2nd and 13. We panic, and we probably should have just punt already. The frustration is definitely real, but at the same time, you can just tell that a lot of our guys are they're getting punched in the mouth. And sometimes you don't know how you're going to respond when you get punched in the mouth until it happens. And right now, our guys are folding. On the bright side, we did have a really good punt, which means that they're kind of deep in their own territory, inside the 15. Trying to get a couple of guys to fill the gap. Oh, there's a fumble. We picking up Ray Walton, who got torched in coverage last time, picks up the fumble. I believe it was caused by Stephen Lowe on that one. And it was. Stephen Lowe comes in, gets his hand in there, forces the fumble, and that one's not getting overturned. It's coming back to us. We were in literal shambles, afraid they were about to have another monster drive, but instead we got the ball back. We're ready to get things going. Barr is trying to get to the edge, but no one can block. You set a block and this dude's gone. He had the edge wide open. It's been a really tough game. Even a field goal here is fine. We just cannot afford to turn the ball over at all. Turnovers will absolutely derail your team's success as we pick up 8 there with Barr. Big 3rd down to 5, 4 minutes left here in the first half. Got to convert here. Riley sees a guy deep. Who else but Tom Baker? He's back, ladies and gentlemen. The doctor's paying you a visit. He's got some medicine. 6 of them. Tom Baker has been gone forever this season. And that dude is still coming into the game before that touchdown. He was tied for 3rd on the team in touchdown receptions. It's just different how good he's been this season, despite not really playing a lot. And I can't help but feel like he kind of got robbed from having a historic season here in Cascade Valley. But again, we need this dude now to complete this run. And look at Josh Cole getting a big hit in the quarterback, but Prater doesn't care. He gets a nice 1st down. Wisconsin still moving the ball with ease. Right now, they have a really good game plan against us at the moment. The quarterback on a little bit of a delayed read. This one goes across the middle. It's great coverage, and Galloway still hauls it in. John Hall now has 6 tackles in the first half. That is never good for a corner to have that many when they're mostly coming off of receptions. We're sending a blitz package. We got guys there. Ray Walton making a stop about time. The big thing we're trying to do is put some pressure. Mullins has yet to really get to their quarterback, and we've honestly over-relied on him being able to get to the quarterback week after week. We do get some pressure here. Lowe comes in, and Lowe gets a tackle for a loss. Drop him and make it 3rd and 13. 6 tackles for Lowe. I mean, we have just been in shambles so far today. We're getting a lot of our guys ready. Trying to lock up the middle a little bit here. Prater's going to throw one. We got Walton deep. Walton nearly has it, but it goes off the receiver's hands instead, but I will take that. It doesn't work out for Wisconsin. So Wisconsin obviously doesn't really do anything major there. We get the ball right back, and we're going to try to get a drive put together here. Riley's out here scrambling a little bit. Riley cuts up. Hold on. Riley's in the open field, and big fella, I see you out here with the big scamper. That dude uses his legs so many times, and it works out so well the vast majority of the time. Sometimes we wish he would just, do something different, but still, I will take the positive gain as we get 6 more from Barr. 2nd and 4, we're trying to get the lead in this game for the very first time because we've been in shambles again, the majority of it. Riley's back. He's going to throw one here. Robert Ross with a great place. He gets out of bounds after 18. The big thing we're seeing, though, is clear and consistent pressure from Wisconsin on our quarterback, and that's making it difficult for Riley to get into a groove. And when he's pressured, we all know that things aren't exactly great or ideal. Trying to mix things up a little bit here. We got Willis coming in motion. You don't really see the big fella on too many wide receiver reverses, and he does pick up 4, making it 3rd and short. We're in field goal range, a little over a minute left here in the first half. We just want to get a 1st down and keep these chains moving. Okay, things got a little bit more difficult here. So we're going to run the clock down a little bit. We've got a great kicker, but the winds are about 13 miles per hour in our face. We're going to lower it a little bit, try to get it up. That one is deep, and that one is going to be good by about 5 yards. So we get the field goal to take a 3-point lead, our first lead of the game. And Clemson is about to lose in back-to-back weeks. They're down 7 to South Carolina. So going into halftime, a 3-point lead. This has been not exactly ideal. I'm nervous. Can our guys get it together here in the second half and figure things out? Because that first half was absolutely not ideal. Might have been holding on that play. This running back's still moving. Cole comes back after missing him in the backfield, and Lonnie Young gets 24 more. This game has had it all emotional-wise. I mean, we are just in late shambles, as the French say. But look at Bass nearly getting in the backfield, holding him up, and Ray Walton cleans him up. Ray Walton had a bonehead play earlier, but good God, has he come around, and he's playing great football outside of that. Prater all the time in the world. Finally get some guys there. Bobby Edwards is able to bring him down for a loss of 2. The real pressure we have gotten on Seth Prater has been few and far between, and we cannot do that if we're going to win. Our defense is predicated on pressure from our defensive line, and when we're not getting that, we're in shambles. Now he's throwing one in a triple coverage here. Ray Walton, a bonehead play earlier, picks this one up, and Ray Walton said, I got some things to do with this one. Walton's going to bounce it out a little bit. Ray Walton's going to cut it back. It's fine. Big return, big interception, and we got the ball with the lead. You love to see Ray Walton figure it out, man. I mean, you know, as a captain on this defense, as a captain on this team, he was absolutely just mad at himself for that play he had earlier. I mean, giving up a touchdown is already going to be tough, but when your team is struggling and they need to stop, and then you give up a touchdown, that just makes matters worse. And he's knowing that he has to figure things out as Jason Barr is out here trying to bounce, and he gets shoestring tackled after 7. It really does feel like we're just a hair away from a major play by Jason Barr. He's just hasn't been able to figure it out just yet, and that's fine. Oh no, we want to get that one to Barr, but we just couldn't turn our body, and we lose 11 on that to make it 3rd and so long. 2 for 5 on 3rd downs. It's not a good look. We'll see what we can do here. Big opportunity. Riley's dropping back. He's got a guy. It's going to be close. Roth is going to hold on to it as he gets absolutely clobbered on that one. This is some of the worst I think our passing game has probably ever looked, but good God, we're hanging in there. Still holding on to a 3-point lead. Barr trying to do something else, and again, caught by the back of his feet. Sean Stewart comes in to relieve Barr. Again, he's had a solid amount of carries recently. Stewart finds the lane, gets the first down. Big first down here. Riley making the quick adjustment. Riley's going to let one go. He throws it up. It's batted around 4 different times, and that one does not land for anybody. Barr coming back in the game here for a little second down carry. Barr's got some room, but again, the blocks can't be held, and he only gets 5. We converted our last 3rd down. We're trying to keep that same streak going right here. Hemphill's in the game at receiver. Got a couple other guys in. Riley taking his time. Oh my God, Hemphill's wide open. He beat the coverage. Hemphill's deep. Hemphill got his feet down. 28 yards later, Mike Hemphill's in the end zone, and we have got the lead extended. Mike Hempill has been on the absolute struggle bus so far defensively today, but good God, what a play. You love to see that. That worked out in our favor. They go back to the little play action. Play action's been torching us all game, and they continue with the passing onside, and they go for 15. That play was a big one for Wisconsin, too. Jared Bush set the school record for most receptions in a season. Again, these receivers have been torching us all game. We got to figure out a different way to approach this right now. We're doing our best for coverage. We get a hit, and that one's going to lodge that one away, and thank God, because it was the first. Second down, they got a man in motion. Prater again, staying in shotgun. Lowe's still going to watch the running back out of this one. They go with the halfback screen. We're trying to be all over that one. Lowe's there, and he does make the tackle for a gain of 1. That's the first tackle of the second half for Stephen Lowe. He had 6 in the first half, just got his first one there. We're going to bring him on a little bit of pressure. He's been super active today in the blitz game. But we are just getting torched across the middle. It doesn't matter. They saw the blitz and knew where it was coming from, and they delivered a strike. Despite having that 10-point lead, you can kind of feel like Wisconsin knows they're still in this game. They put together great drives. They've outgained us from a yardage standpoint. They have way more first downs. They know they're in the driver's seat. They just have to go ahead and commit, and Hemphill gets a good stop, but it's still 9 yards gained on him. We primarily are a man-based team for defense. We're going to try a little bit of zone and see how that works out for us here. Prater goes for read option, but look at Manson. I'm not having any of it. Gets him for a loss of 4. If you look at our highlight reel, there's not going to be a lot of Ken Manson highlights. I can tell you that much. But that dude made a major play there to get a big stop. And Hemphill, though, was going to get right there and make a stop. But wait a second. There's a flag on the play. Woo! Okay, we're good. Holding on the... Oh, I thought that was on us. Holding the offense will decline it. It's 4th and 5. I'm imagining they punt it. We're going to be good here. We didn't want to take a chance of them maybe doing something different on 3rd down and getting an actual conversion there. So we'll take the 4th and 5. We'll let them punt it. We'll see what they ultimately do. Butler's back there to punt it for Wisconsin. This one's up. This one's deep. We want Hemphill to return that one, but I think honestly we're just going to chill, let it go in the end zone, and restart the offense. With the lead and a really big stop there and the most talented running back in the country, we're going to try to get the running game going. But again, Wisconsin is sitting on the run. But Barr has been so close to breaking away 4 to 5 runs and going to the house. So we know it's just a matter of time before he can do that. And we can see Cedric Riley pick up some yards too. And the moment Wisconsin commits a little bit too much to the run game is when we go deep and try something crazy with the passing game. Roth has maybe single coverage. We're going to make the safety make a decision here. Gold comes in motion. Hit him with a low play action. Got a guy going. Oh, that's not where we thought that was going to go. And our second turnover of the game goes right back to Wisconsin, and they've got prime field position. It felt like the linebacker was going to be more in zone coverage and playing underneath. By the time we threw that one, he was already floating back deep, and, well, that was all she wrote. Another interception and almost another first down here. Prater is doing his best to keep this team in the game right now. You got to admire what he's doing for Wisconsin. Stephen Lowe trying his best to get in the backfield. He put some pressure. I don't know what Mike Hemphill is doing, but he just looks absolutely lost today. Every time Bush is lined up there with Mike Hemphill, he's been torching him. They're really picking on him whenever they see that matchup sort of pop up for them because they know it's one that's advantageous for them. And to be honest, I don't know if we have anybody that can actually cover that dude. He's been so unbelievably good today that it's been difficult for us. The pressure's there. He throws one deep and just gets rid of it. This is a really big third down, though, because what ultimately happens for them? Do they get the 7 points? Does it become a field goal? Or do they go for the field goal and make it a touchdown game? Those are two drastically different things, and the outcome is going to be a touchdown. Kyle Watts is in the end zone, and Wisconsin is back within 3. The play calling by Wisconsin, the execution by their quarterback and the offensive line and their receivers, the routes they're running, it has been honestly a thing of beauty. You would love to see it, except for the fact that, well, they're playing us, and we're the ones on the other side of it. Start of the fourth quarter, a lot of our guys a little bit more fresh. Let's see if we can do something big here. We need to do something positive for this squad. Wisconsin's ready, more ready than we are. 3rd and 10. We've tried a lot of things, the basic things, the things that work, the trickeration. It has been a struggle to get a lot of our usual things to work because they are just that much more prepared. Riley unleashes one. He's got Jared Gold, and he has it and then drops it. We're punting deep in our own territory. Nightmare fuel is what I can just describe this game as. Wisconsin, again, almost in midfield already. They pretty much blocked everybody, but Hemphill, we've been dogging him all game, so I have the receivers in Wisconsin, but he gets an interception again. That gives him the school single-season interception record, 8, breaking the tie with Damon. The curse is finally gone, and Hemphill gets the record. It feels like since Hemphill got that record that he has just been struggling. It has been on his mind. He couldn't get rid of the demon that's been there, sort of like a curse almost, the Jordan Damon curse, but he finally broke that tie. The record is his, and maybe he'll play like we used to see him play. Wisconsin had all the momentum, and they just couldn't get anything done. Their quarterback tried the guy they've been torching all game, but Hemphill finally figured out a pattern and says, not today, I'm going to go ahead and make this play. Obviously, I want Jason Barr to win the Heisman, but I'm trying our best to make sure that he gets some touches, but also we can win this football game today because he is having a rough afternoon. With where we are, the wind blowing back, I don't really believe in punting at this point. I think we got to go ahead and go for it. Stewart's in the game. Maybe that'll trick him up a little bit. We're going to see Riley hold on to it. Riley's going to keep things moving, and he slides, thank God, because we cannot afford a fumble right now. 6 minutes left, a 3-point game. This is anyone's ball game right now. This is unbelievably scary for us. Riley with the play action. No one's blocking. Riley has been put under duress and pressure all game long. Matt Roberts that time with his first sack of the game. 2 linemen there. Nobody blocked them. Our quarterback goes down. We're focused on just getting points. Even a field goal, dear God, we'll take it right now. We're going to send Barrett in motion. They're bringing up a guy in the box. Little play action. Riley's absolutely panicking. I don't blame him. He's got a guy with a step, and he just overthrows RJ Riley by a hair, making it 3rd and long. Honestly, with where we are, I'm okay with a field goal. Even if we can't get a first down here, if Barr can just pick up some yards, even 10 yards, we can probably make a field goal work. They were quick to get to him. Barr trying to find some room. He's going to get what looks to be about an 8, and this is going to be a difficult field goal, but we're going to try. 51 yards. This will be a career yarder. The wind is actually changing. It's at our back now. A 51-yard field goal will set a record for Kirk Hancock. Can he drill it? This one's got some distance on it. That one is good. A career high for Kirk Hancock. And ladies and gentlemen, the kicker. Put some respect on his name. That was huge. We now have a 6-point lead. Not ideal, but it at least gives us a cushion. 4.5 minutes. Wisconsin's absolutely driving right now. They've gotten to midfield. It's had a 21-yard pass. And here we are trying to figure things out. Lowe's gonna be watching the running back out of the backfield. Looks like he's staying. They end up throwing the sideline, and it's Hemphill's guy Galloway who goes for 12. Our guys have been really bad in zone the few times we've run it. Man has typically been what we are the best at, and we've been trying to stick with it, but I'm getting nervous with it. Prater's had 3 touchdowns. He's also had 3 interceptions. He's been Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Both defenses have been getting after it today. We've been trying to put pressure on him. Our corners is sort of, lucked out a little bit. Josh Cole, you could have sealed it with that. Wisconsin is 6 for 9 on third down conversions. I'm sick. And maybe Josh Cole wouldn't have sealed it with that, but he would have made it a whole lot more difficult for them to do something big as they go across the middle. His Bass hits him hard, but they're keeping things alive. First and again. Got to know they're pretty much pass happy at the moment. They're throwing out here to the edge. We got Holt. John Hall, part-time player, big-time playmaker. He did it. The one thing that Wisconsin has messed up on is they've thrown too many comeback routes, too many curl routes, and it is biting them right now because, yes, they've torched us in a lot of those, and their receivers have had really good change of direction to make plays happen, but at the same time, you can't throw that but so many times. They've outgained us by pretty much 100 yards, about 98 to be exact, and we're just trying to make sure we do something. Barr here, a little gas at the moment. Immediately hit. Where is the blocking for this dude? Nothing all game. That was one of those rare plays where Barr was going to try to throw it. He hasn't yet completed a pass, but we're sort of desperate for almost anything right now. Riley makes an adjustment on 3rd and 13, letting the clock run down a little bit more. Again, we leave a 6-point lead. We're trying to make sure they have as little time as possible, but we know a touchdown also means that we need to have some time. Hit this one to Stewart. Barr is going to go somewhere. I thought we had Stewart back there, but he ends up going for 5, and we're going to be kicking yet another one. This genuinely might be the most we have ever thrown. Most we've ever punted in a single game. Our punter is getting absolute top tier work at the moment because we just cannot do anything on offense. Riley has had arguably his worst game as a collegiate starter. You're seeing Jason Barr not having a great game either. He's been somewhat productive, but at the same time, the defense is holding him in check. They're putting multiple people in the box, outside, inside. Whatever we try to run, it just has not worked, unfortunately. We got some pressure. He shakes the tackle from Moses, throws it off his back foot. Hampill's there to make his second pick of the game. Mike Hampill is going to try to return this one. We need something big. Hampill's got multiple guys in front of him. He's trying to go through. He gets hit in the back foot. Hampill is going to go all the way to the house, and ladies and gentlemen, that is going to seal it. Mike Hampill, give the man the Heisman. The adversity that we have battled through in this game is just unreal. This has been one of those games that we probably needed to test us before we head to the conference championship game. I mean, this has been an unreal afternoon. We didn't get the 2-point conversion there. We're going to get a studio update to see what's going on in the league. Bowling Green beats Akron. Literally no one cares, but shout out to Gavin Hall, former Coyote, that had 132 and a touchdown, and he still lost the game. While that was great, we aren't out of the woods just yet. We only have a 12-point lead. They get a touchdown, get an onside kick. Things get real spicy, but a big hit across the middle makes that really difficult. Seth Prater has thrown 5 interceptions today, and we have been so bad that we are only up 12. It's remarkable how bad we've been today against them. Prater looking for some time. He's got all the time in the world. Hall's there trying to make a play, and it goes off the receiver's shoulder, and we can't even make a play, but whatever. He didn't catch it. The tail of the tape, though, is they have completed 70% of their third downs. They're 7 for 10. They're trying to make that 8 for 11 right here. They throw one. It's a beautiful pass here to Bush, who has been torching our defense all game long. He picks up 12 more. 9 for 141 yards and a touchdown. Jared Bush has had one of the best games a single receiver has ever had against us. BJ Beans in the game, spelling out our linebackers, who are absolutely gassed right now. We're going to send him in a blitz. They throw one. They're trying to test Hempill. Hempill needs one more pick to set a school record. He's tied with 2 interceptions. One more gives him the school record. Giving our guys a chance. We'll let them sit back in zone because they have to be torched with how many times they passed the ball today. They throw one. They're testing Harvey. 6 interceptions by this defense. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? While Prater did so much to keep them in the game, good God did he torch them today by throwing 6 interceptions. You can't do that if you want your team to be winning. Jason Barr going back into QB, going to run the read option with Stewart. Going to hand it off to Stewart this time. Stewart fights forward and nearly gets the first. Wisconsin takes their second time out of the half. They only have 1 remaining. Again, we got Barr and company in the backfield. We couldn't even hand that one off. That's how much they were coming for that one. But you know what? I don't care. We're punting it, and we're going to let them roll with it. An unbelievable punt. Our punter is so unbelievably good, and they've got the ball deep in their own territory. What are they going to try to do? Bobby Elwer's trying to push it back, makes him go into the end zone, and he nearly gets a safety. There's nothing more that I'd love to see right now than Mike Hempill getting his 3rd interception and getting the school record. That would just be the perfect way to end this game with how bad and tough it's been. Or I'll take a Bobby Elwer sack there to make it 3rd and 17. So 3rd and 17, they're going to go ahead and punt, or not even punt this one, sorry. They're going to go for this one deep in their own territory. We got pressure on Prater. He's going to throw one to the sideline. Are you kidding me, John Hall? These dudes are everywhere today. Prater's like, yeah, this probably ain't your sport, man. Go play baseball, because what you're doing right now, You're just giving away points. Look, we are right here with 1st and goal. We got Jason Barr back here. We're taking a little bit of time off the clock. I'm trying to let this man just go to work. Getting this one off to Stewart. Stewart goes up, and you know what? I would have loved for this touchdown to have been Jason Barr, but you know what? Stewart can go ahead and get that one, because any touchdown will help us look a little bit better, because the committee might be worried about us right now. What an unbelievably ridiculous game that somehow we come out on the right side of it. John Hall, 8 tackles, 2 interceptions. He absolutely played an unreal game today. Ray Walton also played well. There's so many guys we wanted to say thank you for, but this defense, they're the ones that really kept us and made sure that we got a W tonight. Recapping the stats, Cedric Riley was abysmal today. 9 for 19, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, got sacked twice. He was under pressure a lot today, but under pressure, you got to do a little bit better. On the ground, Barr was held to 79 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest run was 12, which feels insane, but this dude had no blocking the entire afternoon. We saw 51 by Riley. Stewart got a touchdown late off 16 yards. In the air, we saw Barr go for 2 for 13. The only guy they called a touchdown receptions was going to be Tom Baker and Mike Hemphill, who again was looking way better on offense than he was on defense for the large part of this game. And then defensively, we see Stephen Lowe have 8 tackles, 6 of those being in the first half. Hall had 8 tackles as well. Josh Cole had 6. From a sack perspective, we only had one guy get 2. That was Bobby Edwards, who nearly had a 3rd for a safety today. And the interception-wise, Mike Hemphill had 2. We see John Hall have 2. And we see 1 by Doug Hall, Ray Walton, and Bernard Harvey. A lot of those guys stepping up. Hemphill also, for his credit, did have 2 deflections. And then also we want to shout out this man getting in the end zone. Not just Hemphill, but also Doug Hall. These dudes are the reason why we are able to stay a championship contender and a championship team. And the college football playoffs are close, but our championship game for the conference is going to be the big test that we ultimately have to pass and not play like this. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys in the next one.